Hello, Splinter Snicko here with another figure review. Today we have got playing on your YouTube. McFarlane Toys. The Walking Dead TV series. Glenn. Continuing with the Walking Dead series, I wanted to get these ones out there. Last time we did Carl. I should probably forewarn you, I'm in a very peculiar and silly mood for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because we'll do a little bit of a box opening here. It's not really a box opening as I already opened it, but I got this in the post today. Now, I know a lot of you are like, so what? Rocket's rubbish. He is. The toy itself is rubbish. But what you get with Rocket is finally my Guardians of the Galaxy are complete. So stay tuned for reviews for them. Bye. Anyway, on to this guy. What do we think of the Glenn? Let's go for the Glenn character. I do actually like Glenn in the series. I started reading the comics. I haven't read the comics in a long time. And I thought his character in the comics was very cool. And I'm happy that they've introduced him into the series. And I like his growth in the series. I think he's grown to be quite a really cool character. And I think a fan favourite. What do we think of this figure? It's actually really cool. I do really like it. It's not what I was expecting, to be honest. But I do think it is very, very cool. He comes with maybe the most accessories, I believe. Yes, he comes with the rifle, a knife, a pistol, a removable jacket. I didn't know that was removable until I literally had it in hand. A bloody pipe. And an extra head. We'll go over them in a bit. So, his rifle is different to the other ones. The three characters I have that come with rifles is Maggie, Merle, and Glenn. And we'll go over them each. Anyway, for starters, his jacket, let's take it off. It's just clasped on with two bits on the side here, and on the side here. And you take his head off, and then that just pops straight off. So you can just have Glenn without his flak jacket, which is a really nice touch. I honestly thought that it was going to be moulded onto him, so I'm happy that they've included that. So let's have a closer look at the accessories and the figure. Okay, starting with the flak jacket. It's really nice. It has this kind of white, I don't know, like white speck on it. You figured that'd be red actually, like for blood, but no, it's just white. It's a nice grey throughout with some black kind of under. It's like an undervest with like some grey armour and this white blotchy stuff on the front. I don't know why that's like that, but it's nice. As you can see, it's a softer plastic. It's like a hard rubber, probably is the best way to describe it. So it holds its shape quite nice. I find clipping these in, especially when they're on him, quite difficult to do. But it is really nice of what it is. Next we'll go over his rifle. This is very cool. I do really like this. It looks again like the M4 carbine with a grip handle there and a nice stock there. And they all have the same kind of strap here, which is very cool. The strap is removable at the top of the barrel, but not at the bottom of the barrel of the gun, as it's clipped through here unless you undid the glue. But it's simple black with some silver dry brushing over it, and it's quite nice. It's not too strong, so it's nice what they've done there. Here's bloody lead pipe. This is really nice. Very, very cool. Not really much to say about it, to be honest. It's just kind of bloody one end and then pipey at the other end. Very, very gory. Looks really nice. His pistol is the I can never remember this. It's the M92F, the Beretta pistol. Although, to be honest, I don't think this one looks as good. Who did I do the other day? Was it Maggie? No, Andra. I think she had one of these and it looks a lot better. But it looks nice enough. And like I said, these are a smaller scale, so it's okay. It's got some nice simple black there with some silver dry brushing over it. And then his knife. Very nice. Silver and that is very shiny. Small blade, big handle, so hopefully it should hold it well. Haven't actually tried yet, so you'll be seeing that first time, as will I. but it's nice enough. And as for the actual figure, I think it's pretty good. I really like the colours they used in his shirt. It's got some great detail in it. The head sculpt though, I don't honestly think that looks much like the actor. Well, I think I can kind of see in that. To be honest, not the best I think. But it is good. And his holster looks very good. As does his knife sheath. Also really, really good. The paint apps on this figure might be the best. I think this looks absolutely amazing. Really done a great job on him. Now, it comes with a second head, which is this one. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but you know, it's a beaten head. That's all I'm saying. Looks good. The flesh tone though is different. This one's a lot paler, but this one looks a bit too orangey, it's the best way I can describe it really, than his neck. But it's nice that they included that. I don't know if there's any additional sculpt to it. The hair's obviously different, although I think they've literally just attached that fringe on there. As for his eye, I don't think there's any sculpt actually on that eye. I think they've just painted it differently. But it's a nice inclusion. They really didn't have to do that. Okay, size comparison. Glenn stands just above 4 3/4 inches, standing next to the Governor, Tyrone, Maggie, and a Bucky Cap. As I said in my previous video, I don't have any other Marvel universes to compare to these, but they are in their own scale. They're not in 6-inch scale or in 3 3/4 inch. They're somewhere in between. And a Rocket Raccoon, just because he's there. Okay, for articulation. Now, like I said on my previous video, is they have these kind of cogs showing in all the joints. See the back of the knees there, in the elbow there, on the wrist, and it's inside the arm there. Which I think is an ugly look to the figures, and it's not the best choice. I'm not quite sure why they've chosen to do that. I've noticed that they've used this same kind of look, I think it was on the Assassin's Creed figures that's coming out, or come out. I can't remember which one. I haven't played I'm not up to date on Assassin's Creed. I haven't played them since Brotherhood. Okay, anyway, onto this guy's articulation. Sorry, I rambled a bit there. Head is on a ball joint, so it can go back that far and forward that far. You can get a bit from side to side, and you can rotate around 360 degrees. Shoulders are on ball discs. They can go around 360 degrees, and they can go out only that far. There is a rotation at the elbow, 360 degrees, and a single bend of just past 90 actually, but like the other ones, the further you go around, the less you get. Remember I said in my shown video review that some of them have different type of wrists. Glenn has a rotation at the wrist, just here, and then has a hinge, so you can bring his arm up and down, but you can rotate that hinge around, and then you can rotate at the hand as well. Now this is a great inclusion. The only problem is the plastic they've used for this part is clearly a different, and it's quite shiny, so it doesn't match that well. I think Glenn is probably the only example where it's so noticeable. Continue with the articulation. Nothing in the torso, nothing in the waist. Well, I'll tell a lie, you get that. Hips are on those ball joints, so there's a ball peg, double ball peg going in the top of the hip here and in the leg, which gives you a Spartan kick of that and a split kick of that. You can rotate on the thigh up there, and you can also rotate above the knee, 360 degrees there. There is a bend in the knee of about 90 degrees, but if you bend it and rotate, you will get less. And then finally, I believe the ankles are on hinges. They can go forward that much, back that much. No pivot, but you can rotate them around. You probably could go 360, but you are going to warp the trousers. Let's try giving him his alternative stuff. For starters, his head. Pull that one off and apply the new one. Fits there just fine. His pistol. actually fits in his hand not bad. And due to the angle of the wrist, you can actually have it whichever way you wish. Although it does look a bit weird, doesn't it? And it does fit in his holster just fine. His knife. That's one thing I should say about my Glen, is his left hand likes to come off quite easily. I don't know if anyone else has had this problem. Anyway, his knife. Yep, holds that just fine. Same for both hands, holds it just fine. And it fits in his sheath. Again, just fine. His pipe. Fine in this hand. And fine in this hand. If the thing would like to stay on for more than 5 seconds. I think this is for when they are poking through the fences. Now his rifle, you can fit it over him fine and he holds it just like that, or you can try and get him to hold it in his hands. I think if you, is it that way? I can't remember the way to hold the strap around so you can have it in his hands at the same time. Now I've got him holding his rifle, though it does look like the strap's strangling him, but there you go, he is holding it. To apply his riot armour, remove head, put it on, and then firmly press the pegs into the holes. Apply the head back on, and there you go. Okay, final thoughts on this figure. Would I recommend him? Honestly, yeah, I think he's one of the better figures in the range. Really is great. He has pretty decent articulation, great paint apps, and a lovely amount of accessories. You can pretty much pose this guy any which way you'd like. As you saw, unfortunately, my one does seem to have a faulty left hand where it keeps popping off for some reason. But apart from that, I can't really fault this figure. I think it's a great design. Again, I would question the hip choice, but you know, I've been over that before. So, would I recommend this figure? Yes. If you're a fan of the series and you don't mind the scale difference, definitely worth picking these guys up. They really are great figures to have. Anyway guys, that's my review. If you've enjoyed this video, please drop me a like down below. Please add any comments you'd like to add about this figure or my channel or even The Walking Dead. If you'd like to contact me, please contact me via my Facebook group. The link is in the description below. And as per usual guys, you know the routine by now. Keep collecting, and I'll catch you on my next one. Bye bye.